All right, I know I tried to get everybody used to not standing up or doing the usual things, but today let's stand up. We'll stand up. We'll do the pledge, and if we could, I'll get you to start it for us, AJ.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So, let's go right into guests. So, we'll start with this table. Can Cindy be your guest today?
Cindy is my guest. I didn't realize she was here until this morning, but I was excited to see her. She works with Redwood Acres Fair, and she's the CEO. So we're excited to have her today. She's also our presentation.
This is my guest. This is my father, John. He is up in Rotary in Crescent City.
And that's Brandon.
I'm myself. Yeah.
I was kind of hoping a real Rotarian would introduce me. It's okay though.
You know what? Come back next week. Well, we got a group here.
But a group, yes. I have with me lovely Eva, and I have two other visiting Rotarians that are new to Rotary World, so please welcome Courtney and Stephanie.
Oh.
And who is he?
Yeah.
Me? I don't know.
I'll introduce
Let me
you.
check my
Oh,
ID.
okay, perfect.
This is Kevin Jenkins, who is my sponsor to this club, and a past president, right?
Yeah.
So, he's now in McKinleyville.
I'm a little scared because I know there's two past presidents in this room that have been president twice.
We're judging.
Yeah. Oh, I hope I'm judging too.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. Yes.
I'm Sophie, I'm the district representative.
I'm not sure that we have to call you a guest
I know,
anymore.
I don't want to.
You're officially, I think.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to just go ahead and call it that.
Yeah.
You don't have to be introduced every week.
And I have Louis Chaboyer from Humboldt.
All right. Just jump right to announcements. Does anyone have any new announcements that they would like to throw out?
Well, I got a little announcement. We have a RISE event coming up in a couple of weeks. It's time to go out to that horse races again. On the 24th, which is a Friday, good time of year to take a cut off work a little bit early, whatever. The horse racing starts about 3 o'clock. So we're going to have a group of us there hanging out, and then we'll stick, if people want to stick around and go to the fair. But it's a great way, fun way to go participate and see the fair and see some of your friends and have a good time. So mark it on your calendar. Come on out on the 24th, 3 o'clock, down in Ferndale. We'll have a spot kind of in front there, in your chair.
So, I saw you throw the hat on. Does that mean it's Rotary Hat Day?
No, well, you can do whatever you want. A lot of people wear hats because the sun's shining out there. It should be, hopefully a beautiful day. So go for it.
Perfect. We'll try to get a group together for that.
All right.
Oh, I have one. Next Wednesday, we're going to have a meeting for the spring fundraiser here at 5:30. And we really want to nail down what we want to do different, the timing of the event, if we want to change it. So we're going to have some real specific topics to discuss so we can get the ball rolling for our spring fundraiser. So I hope some of you that are interested in helping will be there.
Also next Monday, sorry, go ahead.
What day was that?
Wednesday.
So not Wednesday, but next Monday at 5:30 over at the Grill, the Youth Exchange Committees, combined committees of Arcata Sunrise, Arcata Noon, and Mad River will meet and discuss the upcoming exchange years. And anybody who hasn't been involved in the Youth Exchange program, if you'd like to come and attend the meeting, you're welcome to join as a guest and see what we're all about and what we do. Thanks.
So I want to say something just on that note. So yesterday I was in San Francisco and I got a text from a Rotarian from our group in San Ramon, and she said that her husband just went over to the airport to go pick up an exchange student, and then he spent the night because he was stranded in San Francisco.
That's not good.
And so he went and stayed with Scott and Lynette, and then they took him back to the airport yesterday morning so he could fly to Arcata Yeah. And I said, well, what Rotary group is he with? And she didn't know. And it was like, I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning, right about 8 o'clock in the morning. I was just leaving. And I didn't find out later that he was from Vander Meer. I could have given him a ride home.
Well,
What a small world.
I would have brought him this morning, but I thought that would have been a little bit too much. Yeah, because he had a long day getting here from Italy. And then we picked him up at the airport and let him catch his breath and then took him to his first Rotary meeting. I thought dragging him out this morning would have been a little bit much, or he'd be here.
Scott and Lynette are gonna come up and visit our group. They're the Rotarians.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
They've
they've
done this training
program
programs.
for quite some time.
Oh,
So
perfect. We'd love to, yeah,
Yeah.
love to meet him. Thank him, please, for doing that.
Sure, I
Because he
will.
was at SFO at midnight or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, next time, you drag him and tell him that sunrise is the time to be here.
He's Italian.
Yeah, never mind. You made the right choice.
So next Tuesday on the 7th, the Arcata Police Department and the Fire Department and the Sheriff's Office, they're having their National Night Out at Arcata Community Center from 6 to 8 p.m. So you could bring the kids out. It's going to be a barbecue. There's going to be a bounce house, water balloon toss. We're going to have Scruff McGruff there, which I'm personally excited about. So yeah, and they're going to have a dance contest. And so I'm going to just put flyers on everyone's table. Nice.
Anything else? So if everyone notices,
I'm sorry.
do you want to talk about the?
Yeah, so,
Perfect.
as you know, last October for the Santa Rosa fire, we put a trailer of goodies together to take down to Ukiah. And this year I reached out and talked to Ray early in the week because I was away, but looking for, somebody either from CAR from the Rotary group in Reading, or maybe in Weaverville, maybe they're having a setup stage there, or even from the Lakeport. So I reached out yesterday and I didn't get really any response from the people that I know that I reached out to for the Santa Rosa fire. But I did download this sheet yesterday, and it sounds like they're taking donations if anybody's interested. So all the information is on the sheet. It's on the tables. Do you want to take a picture of it or write it down? It's all right there. And we're going to still see what we can do if we get some response from somebody.
We're in contact with a few other Rotary clubs. We're going to try to get something together, hopefully for next week.
Yeah.
So we'll keep looking for that information. So.
The District 5130 has a fire relief fund that you can send donations to as well, and I can send you the link.
Right, and we do have that, and we can send that out to the entire club. We just kind of want to try to do something that's a little different. Make it a little more personal for our club, because
And
we want to be hands-on.
the links for that will be in the next Spirit. So look for the Spirit, and we'll have links to.
Also, if you hear people displaced because they've lost their home or have been evacuated, we have space for 8 in our home, and so we've been trying to post it connected. We're not sure how to get the right people to see it, so if you happen to know somebody who is out of their home and they need a place for a month or a year, whatever it is, we've got space.
I have an Airbnb, and Airbnb is allowing people to just put their homes on, and it only is advertised to people in the affected area, and you just say it's 0. So that's what I did. I made my Airbnb cost 0 to the people in the affected area.
Thank you.
So
Just set it up through that.
And I'll get you some other contact information hopefully for that too.
And I have contact information because we are an evacuation center, so I have 4 numbers of Weaverville and Reading that are telling people that people contact.
Well, we'll perhaps talk about that in your presentation. We'll get those numbers and we'll put them in our sunrise. Perfect. So, let's see. Oh, gotta go jump right to Rotarian of the Week. I wonder who that might be today. That would be Brandi. Why are you Rotarian of the Week?
Yeah, why?
You're like, what's going on? Why me? You actually contacted me to do something that I'd totally forgotten about.
Could you ask me?
Go up there.
Well, I asked you to, but you get to come up now because this is a perfect deal. So, you're like, I thought that's why you wore your shirt. No. You wore your shirt. Well, you wore your shirt. And look, it's like you were ready to do this. It's like planned. I didn't even have a PowerPoint today. This is how much of a slacker I am. It was midnight last night, and I thought, I I should have a PowerPoint. Oh, I don't have a Rotarian of the Week. Who sent me something? Oh, Brandi sent me something. Now she sent me a PowerPoint. Perfect. Rotarian of the Week and the Membership Committee update.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, well, I'm Brandi, and I'm the chair of the Mentorship Committee. And how do we use this?
It's really, all you have to do is hit that.
Perfect. So my Rockstar committee members is Bob Johnson, Scott Heller, Susan Deal McCarthy, Romy Hitchcock, Dustin Littlefield, Terry Clark, and Craig Newman. They're our fabulous mentors. And we assist new members through the Red to Blue Badge process. We inform them about Rotary Club of Arcata Sunrise as well as Rotary International. We connect and engage them with committees of their interest. We encourage and foster participation, attendance, and questions, and anything else that might fall under the realm of being a mentor. So I'm here to give you an update of what we're doing. So beginning with prospective members in the 2018 Rotary year, we are going to be doing the Red to Blue Badge pathways that Susan Deal, Susan does a great job of putting it together, and the board approved. So what we're going to be doing now with new Rotarians, instead of, so we're going to still have the 2 board meetings that they need to go to learn the business side of the Rotary Club. They'll also be assisting with Sergeant Arms 2 times instead of 4, because we want to foster that engagement, so we're going to change things up. They still got to do a craft talk, because we want to learn about them, and here's where it's changing up. They got to do 2 of these possibilities, because we get members at all times of the year, and there's all different kinds of things, and we, again, want to encourage that engagement. So we've opened it up to other opportunities. New Rotarians need to do 2 of these. It doesn't have to be 2 of the same thing. It could be their selection. So go to a committee meeting, which is a great way for them to actually learn if that is going to be a fit for them coming into our club. Attend another meeting, doing a makeup like we have this morning. Thank you for joining us. Attend a fellowship event, and I think that speaks for itself. Fellowship. Attend an e-club meeting. It's a great way to learn when you're somewhere abroad and there's no clubs nearby and you still want to be connected. Learn how to attend an e-club meeting. Of course, district assembly, district conference, and international convention. So with the transferring Rotarian or Rotaractor, it's going to be the same basic 2 board meetings, 2 times with the Sergeant of Arms. Sergeant of Arms is a great way for them to also greet people and meet the people that they hadn't yet met here at the breakfast thing. Craft talk. They have the same thing, but only 1 of those, because they've already been immersed in Rotary. They have a pretty good idea, but we want them to, again, engage. So only 1 of the club meetings, makeups, fellowship, e-club, assembly, conference, and convention. So we look forward, mentors, to doing our best to keep our club full of engaged Rotarians who want to make a difference in our community and world. So that's a brief report from the Mentorship Committee. Is there any questions? Time allows.
Oh, did you guys much time?
Oh, is there any questions about the Mentorship Committee?
I don't have a question so much as a comment. One of the big goals of this, of the Mentorship Committee, is to keep people in. You know, I've been in this club almost since the beginning, and I can assure you that there will be times when it's going to get a little rocky for you. Please, please, please don't go away. Don't just leave. People do. People just leave. Talk to people from the Mentorship Committee. Talk to presidents, past presidents, future presidents. Talk about why it's a problem for you, why things are being rocky. I mean, if you have questions, and we all have questions. I mean, I've been a Rotarian. This was my 2nd club. I've been a Rotarian for a long time. I still have questions. Ask the questions. Please, please, stay engaged. Stay engaged. It's a great place to be. It's a great thing to do.
Well, thank you for saying that, and I'm remiss in saying that, we aren't the only go-to person for our Red Badger. Their sponsor or any member of our club
We
or
have
fellow
all the
Rotarian.
membership and mentorship committee.
Yes.
And actually, pointing that out, anybody who has a little Rotary pin on, you can talk to them. They'll be willing to talk to you about it. I mean, just because they're from another club doesn't mean they're not going to tell you how great Rotary is. Clearly, he likes Rotary when he's bringing this many people.
Yeah.
He came from Crescent City to come down here for this. So,
Yeah,
so
Sorry,
thank you.
what? I was nodding off.
So, but I'm really enjoying the mentorship committee, and so anyway, if there's any questions, feel free to give me an email or something.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Brandi.
This seems like a really perfect segue for me because I don't want to stand up in the front anymore, and AJ needs to get as much practice as he can. So, I mean, you're going to be president in like, what, 312 days, I think? So,
If you had a PowerPoint, you'd have that.
if I had a PowerPoint, we'd know how many days it was because we know I count. So, let's go ahead and
So fellow Rotarians, it is my privilege and pleasure today to conduct an induction ceremony to bring a new member to our club, Brandon Kalitsuka. It was proposed for membership by Shannon Maysdale. Brandon's proposal has been reviewed by the Membership Committee in accordance with our club constitution and bylaws. His name has been circulated. His application for membership has been approved. Brandon and Shane, can you guys please come up?
Front squad.
So, Rotary is defined as a volunteer organization of business and professional leaders united worldwide to provide a humanitarian service, help build goodwill and peace. Club members meet weekly to plan service projects, discuss community and international issues, and enjoy fellowship. Clubs are non-religious, non-political, and open to every race, culture, and creed. Rotary encourages high ethical standards in all vocations while live and work by the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? Brandon, we now proceed to admit you into the membership in the Rotary Club of Arcata Sunrise and to the friendship of Rotary throughout the world. It has already been explained to you that the ideal of Rotary service, our motto, service above self, and the object of this club and all Rotary clubs is to encourage and foster this ideal as a basis of worthy members. You are to share in this effort. You've been approved for membership in the club because we believe you to be a worthy representative of your vocation, are interested in the ideals of Rotary, and willing to do your share in translating these ideals into action. You have agreed to accept the obligations of membership in this club and to obey this club's constitution and bylaws. I now have the pleasure of asking your sponsor to pin on your membership pin the emblem of the Rotary wheel, which we hope you will wear with the pride of being a Rotarian, but also the humility of service. And at this time, I'd like to present you with your red badge, the symbol of a new club member. As a new member, there's a path you'll follow as you achieve your blue badge status, and I know you'll achieve this in a timely manner. This new member packet contains information for you about our Rotary Club and about Rotary International. You will have many questions in the coming weeks, and I encourage you to seek the answers from your sponsor, members of the membership committee, our club president, your mentor, Bob Johnson.
No, I knew that. Yeah, I did. I don't think Brandon did. But.
So it is my pleasure on behalf of the Rotary Club, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the entire club membership, to welcome you to the Rotary Club of Arcata Sunrise. Fellow Rotarians, I'm happy and honored to present to you our newest club member, Brandon Kalitsuka. As is our tradition, please come up to shake his hand.
Shake him.
Yeah, there we go.
Welcome, Brandon. Okay, let's just jump right on into the next thing. Carol, would you like to give an update on? Oh, nice. Would you like to give an update on security alerts?
Yeah.
Come on, be flexible.
Okay.
No.
Oh!
Hey, I remember that. All right.
I remember going.
All right, well, I was asked to update folks about the Little House A, the Saga of Little House A. Some of you are new and you might think, what the heck is Little House A? It's actually the Manila Family Resource Center out of the Manila Community Center. It started out looking something like this. So we scratched our heads and thought maybe we should rebuild it, and a lot of us got out there, tore up the drywall, got ready to rebuild, and as we looked at the bones, we thought, no, and I think Steve was like, I don't think so. So that began this long saga that started. Let's see, where do I?
Where's the computer?
You're pushing the laser light button.
So if you do this whole thing, that happens when you do that. I'm sorry. So use this one. Don't do that one again, or I'll start running around. And I will get on tables.
And then can I play movies? Uh-oh. Doesn't work with the movie.
Well, there's some tech guy here. I don't know who.
Yeah, so this is a really cool movie. So we did, oops, not yet.
We're gonna try to.
Anyway, so we decided it was time to start from scratch. And so we've had so many donations. Things explained. But anyway, we've had a lot of donations of time, including Danco Construction, or builders, Danco Builders. Donated their time, and this was a really cool movie to see just how easy it was to go and knock down Little House A at the community center. That's okay. It's a cool movie, but maybe another time.
Well, the action they got was me running around.
Okay. And then we also had donations from Mercer Fraser to do pour the slab, because the slab, there were so many problems with this building. And collaborated with the Manila Community Services District, put a lot of time into building up the framework, and we had a great painting day out there, and thanks Scott and Bob and others. It was a lot of fun to get out there and paint, so that was a good feeling there. And the Arcata Pro floor, put in some really lovely carpet tiles, so it's looking really nice. And it's going to be set up to be the Community Resource Center, where people come, get referrals for services. Esther Hutton is the director out there, doing a really great job. It now has an accessible ramp leading up to it. And probably pretty soon you might hear a little call for a quick gathering to help wash windows, maybe plant a few flowers around it, and do some of the finishing touches so that this fall, it'll be up and running as the Family Resource Center. So it was a collaboration with support from the Community Service Committee, Club, the Services District, and finally, Little House A will be now the Manila Family Resource Center headquarters and area where families can get referrals and information. So I just wanted to give you a little update about that. Any questions about the Resource Center? So hopefully this year you won't hear me talking about Little House A anymore. We'll just kind of finish that up. So thank you all for everybody who helped out.
Are we gonna do a grand?
Yes, we are. So you'll hear about that. We'll have a ribbon cutting. That's when we'll maybe wash up the window, make sure it's all shiny, and get all of the donors. Oh, I also Design Air donated the heating system, mini split heating and cooling system. So we had a lot of really great community support for it. So it's going to be a very nice addition. But it's been quite a saga from trying to save an old building and realizing it's better to start from the ground up. So it worked out really well. The Redwood Post-Montessori School, some of you may be familiar with that, is at that same campus, and they actually help manage the Community Resource Center as well. So Brian Little, the director there, has been really instrumental in helping, making sure this happens. So an idea that started in 2015 is going to wrap up this year. So that's it. All right.
Thank you. All right. Now, just jump right into our program. So I would like to introduce our speaker for today, Cindy Bedingfield. I'm going to allow her to tell you all about what it is she does and what her program is.
Great. Well, I had some pictures of different things, but as I was saying, we had evacuees last night, and I left my office key in my office, so I didn't dare call any staff at this time of the day to get it. So you just have me, so I'll just, I've been here 8 years. I was born and raised in Eureka, and then I raised my family and stuff in Southern Oregon, and my parents were getting older, and the job came open, so I came back while they were alive to help take care of Redwood Acres. So I have 4 kids and 9 grandkids, and in November I'll have my first great-grandchild. So I have a big family in Southern Oregon that I will go back to someday. But I was here, gosh, I can't remember when I was here, several years ago, and so you kind of already know a little bit about Redwood Acres, but we lost our funding the year that I came. We lost our funding from the governor, which immediately put us $250,000 in the red. So we've been having to be creative out there and get out of it, and we're close, not totally out, as Ashley probably knows since she works with us a little bit on our books, but we're getting there. So due to that fact, we kind of recreated Redwood Acres to a degree and do a lot of businesses out at the fairgrounds. We still hold 750 event days. We have events out at Redwood Acres, but with all of the events, we still couldn't pay the bills to keep the door open. So we do everything from this weekend monster trucks to weddings to the quilt show, the logging conference, but yet our power bill out at Redwood Acres is typically $28,000 a month. So that's a lot of money to try to make up with just events. So we now house 20 businesses are out at Redwood Acres that are full-time businesses. I'm going to read them to you so I don't forget anybody and somebody says, you didn't mention my business over there. So we have the boardroom opened this last year, and I don't know if any of you have been out there, but it's great. It's a specialty meat. It's aged meats. That's how they process them, the old-fashioned way, and he just got FDA approval yesterday to actually sell retail. Before then, you can come into the boardroom. It's open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and the meats that he has are prosciutto, coppola, salami, bacon. They make some cheeses out there, and they do boards with wine and beer, and they do board games, and it's really a cool place. We turned a building that made, it was the old arts and crafts building out there, and it made about $6,000 a year, and now it's a full-time business. So I have them out there. I have Trinity Raw. They make raw chocolates. Gobi Gummies. She makes gummy candies. I have Rebel Fitness, which is a gym. These are all in the grandstand. Under the grandstand, we had a whole bunch of space that was nothing. I don't know what it was. A whole bunch of little rooms back in there, and there was nothing in them. So a lot of these kitchens are only 100 square foot, but that's all somebody needs to start out with. And there's a huge need for that. I have a list of probably 6 more businesses that would love to have a little kitchen that size. And what we found out is you guys have 2 businesses here, Mia Bell Cupcakes and Bittersweet. And Bittersweet was Humboldt Slice of Pie, and they started at Redwood Acres, and the cidery is still there. But they started out in 200 or 300 square foot kitchens, which your rent's not real high, so you can get a real solid business. You're cramped. I mean, those 100 square foot kitchens use every space from floor to ceiling, and sometimes the hallway. But when they get big enough to move out, they're a solid business, so that you don't have to start out paying $1,500 a month for rent and don't go under. So anyway, I'll go through. Rebel Fitness is a gym. I have Tacos El Gallo, which is a taco truck. The cidery, if you guys have been out there, we have the first hard Humboldt apple cidery out there, and they just now built their production facility. So they were in the milk barn, and it was a tasting room, and this is the way of growing. That was tiny, so they
produce all week, move everything out for Friday and Saturday to turn it into a tasting room, then have to move everything back in to produce their product. So then they expanded enough that now we have a new metal building that they have for their production facility, Ohana Organics. She's aftercare tattoo. She's a body butter. She's from Hawaii. She produces body products, but she tagged it for tattoo aftercare, which now tattoos are everywhere. She does pre-tattoo skincare. So she's now international and nationwide. That went great tagging that way. She started in a little kitchen. She's now in the dormitory, and she took a garden area and she's raising her products there at the fairgrounds that she uses in her thing. So there's an educational facility. Everybody that comes out has to be, I'm the Department of Agriculture, has to be agriculturally related in some way, youth-oriented or educational. So they all have to have an educational component with this business and allow tours or be part of some of our events. And so that's kind of the criteria. We have a woodworker that's going to come in, I don't know what his name is, Succulent Bliss. She sells succulents, and she also, we took an area down that it was just a shed cover, and they've turned it into an artisan village. So we have 4 different artists that are turning this little shed into their own funky little place. She also does craft classes in there. We have a Glass Foods, a native plant nursery out there, and a native plant food forest across on the ball field side of our fairgrounds. Nature Joe, he has a reptile center that'll open anytime. It was supposed to open 6 months ago, but he's remodeling it, and you can go through and tour, and he has all kinds of reptiles out there. I don't tour that one very often. He also does nature camps this summer, daily nature camps, and that's been good. Natural Decadence, she's a gluten-free, nut-free, egg-free, dairy-free bakery. She's been with me 5 years. She started in one kitchen. This is her 3rd kitchen she's expanded to, and now she takes up half of the turf club and her building. Ohana moved out of her cubby so they could expand into there. And her sales are on sale track this year to be $2.2 million. So they've expanded crazily. They're all across the United States. They're with Whole Foods. And that started out 2 girls in a tiny kitchen, and it's grown. They have, I think she has over 37 employees at this time.
Could you repeat the name of that?
Natural Decadence.
And just so you know, Natural Decadence is involved in Taste of the Holidays. And has been.
Yeah.
We have Frankie's Bagels. She's been there a couple years, and he is in the tiny kitchen now and has blossomed and expanded till he's got standing orders if he can ever fulfill them. So we're going to expand his kitchen. I have Fusui-Con, which is a martial arts studio out there. I have Rover's Choice, and he took a byproduct from redwood meats, smokes them, or smoked dog bone business, and he's down all the way into Southern California now. He's been there about 4 years and took the bones from redwood meats that they had to pay to dispose of, comes back, and his facility is crazy, old refrigerators, whatever. He smokes in whatever can be smoked in out there, but he's doing great. Turtle Mountain Designs, he is a custom woodworker, and then we now have a salvage yard out there. Businesses that had been here that have expanded into the community are Hum Yum Candies. She does caramels. She's in a lot of stores now. Edible Melodies, Slice of Humboldt Pie, and Mia Bella Cupcakes. So they came and were little. Mia Bella Cupcakes Bittersweet, I think they have 30-some employees, and I talked to Mia Bella, and she has 8 over here. So it's a successful way to do it with the teeny tiny kitchens that aren't necessarily comfortable or very fancy for you, but moving forward. So someone asked the other day, how many businesses start at Redwood Acres that have failed, and we have none. There's been none that have come and that are not still there or have gone into the community somewhere. Oh, let's see. So that's kind of what we're doing at Redwood Acres. We're still in the red. We're getting out of the red. It's a juggling act. It's been great with the community. Some of the community members at the beginning carried us 90 to 100 plus days on bills, knowing that our money comes between May and August. We get almost 80% of our funds probably come at that time. Now, not so much, now that we've got the businesses. So we're kind of there. We have, in this year, the pictures I was bringing are upcoming projects that we're planning. We're in the Coastal Commission. So for us, we need to remodel what we've got there rather than rebuild, because it's hard to get through all the processes to add anything to your property when you're in the Coastal Commission. So we have a cow palace out there now that is just used for storage, and then during fair we use it for livestock, but we'll use tents for that. So our plan is to turn that into small businesses. And then we have an area in the back that we're hoping to do a RV park that will be all set up with, and this year was a good trial for us. It'll be set up with holding tanks and generators and stuff. So in a natural disaster, all the pedestals will still be live, and it can be used for a facility for if we have a big earthquake or a tsunami or something around here. So that's kind of a quick rundown of what we do at Redwood Acres.
A few minutes to ask your questions, and I would assume there's probably a few questions.
Yeah, how's the greenhouse project doing?
The greenhouse is up and running. I don't think it's being facilitated as we had planned. You know, there's not so much education going on, and they were going to do farmers markets and stuff out there. But I think with all the retirements that went on at that time, and then the teacher that was going to take on that project decided she didn't want it. They're still kind of floundering around to find when it's as planned. There will be a farmers market out there. The kids will go and learn from beginning to end how to market your product and utilize the teaching in a hands-on project, but that hasn't quite formulated yet. So we're hoping.
Good.
With that, the garden that's out there, what's the garden?
The garden, when I first came there, I saw an overhead picture and there was a pond out there, and I thought, oh, let's put the pond back in. And as we started pulling stuff out, we ended up going to the dump, 32 trips to the dump, I think, and there was old mattresses and everything down in there. And then once we began, and the board saw that that also runs into Ryan Slough, we had to continue. I wanted to just cover it back up once I saw what a mess we covered up. But I got a SNAP grant for SNAP education, and we put in a garden out there, and that's, we've utilized it for a lot of youth Top Chef competitions where they come and they, we put in the garden with Monty, with Native Plant Nurseries, and then a lot of the community groups come in and put the garden in. They come out and they can use their telephone for recipes, and it's a competition with junior high through high school kids. They cook in the garden. We have induction burners. They cook in the garden. They have to do nutritional values and glean something from there and something from the Native Plant Nursery to cook and input it. And other than that, it's been used for gleaning. A lot of the Coast Guard families come and pick from there, so anybody can come. It's a community garden. The Rose Society put a big rose garden out there.
If you haven't seen it, it's huge.
And it's amazing. Huge. It's beautiful. And it wasn't. And then we put the pond back in. We have it filtered, so when it gets down to Ryan Slough, the water's, because that's the runoff for all of Redwood Acres. So as we go down, by the time you get into the creek, it's pure water again. So we also have a catchment system on 2 of our roofs that catch the rainwater. And so what a fairgrounds is, to me, should be the hub of the community. And what it used to be was where you showcase the new and the best of the best, and people could come out and see. So what we've offered it up to is people that want to do recycling or whatever, to bring out what their ideas are and implement it out there, even in a small scale, so the community can come and see possibilities that you could do your house. Our water thing, even just with the little bit of water that gets on the roof from the fog and stuff, is never empty. Our tank is just from gathering. We're only gathering off, no, I think it's either 20 or 40 foot off of one side of a roof, and it's always full.
Do you have any fire evacuees staying there?
I do. I have 8 right now from, all of them are from Weaverville, Douglas City area. And then we have what we do is we set up our barns with water tanks and stuff so people can come drop their cattle and everything off. So we have a lot of people on standby that have called to see if it gets to that point, and they'll just come drop everything off over there and we'll water it. And at that point, Schmidbauer always brings loads of, we have chips out there now to put into horse stalls and different things, and then we'll put out to the community, and they usually bring straw, hay and stuff out to feed the animals. So we do have a few.
So we'll get the contact info from you.
And I do have from CAL FIRE, the locals over, and the sheriff's office, and several phone numbers there that had me call, because I have a lady that has rabbit pens and places for rabbits and somebody for chickens and stuff, because I can't take the small animals at all. But it's perfect.
Well, thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
So, thank you for speaking, and we've made a donation to the wheelchair program in your name, and there's a certificate. So thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Well, now I always try to forget this, so I'm going to try to not forget it today. The raffle. 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 No, let her draw it, yeah. I don't want to get it. I just make everybody mad if I draw it.
480889. Green ticket.
489? Those are last week's tickets.
They didn't win last week. I'm sure they're going to win this week.
Keep the faith. What's the number? 889. Oh, that's right here. Use this week's ticket. What do we got? A dozen? No, a few more than that.
$5.
$5. Got my money back. Thank you. Oh, out of the...
Look for a red one, Bob.
Yeah.
Well, you can't look.
That
Bob.
isn't cool. Yeah, there's only 8 tickets in there.
Here, let me hold it up tight.
Good this morning.
Wow.
Red.
Good job.
997.
Come on.
That's me. Last week's ticket. That's amazing. 5. There we go. Woohoo. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so just with our quick follow-up then, what we're going to do is we're going to try to get some contact information for the fires for everybody. We're going to put that out in the Sunrise Spirit. And hopefully next week we have a little bit more information about that. So does anybody else have anything for today? Any other announcements? Any other thing that we'd like to talk about? Rise events? Because wow.
Horse races on the 24th.
Horse race 24th.
I actually get complaints, you know, I gave Dustin a lot of grief about, why do you always start the meeting late? And now I'm looking at the clock and I'm about to end the meeting early, so maybe,
So we do, again, for the RISE events.
Yeah.
Because we do have guests, RISE, R-I-S-E, is Rotary Involvement Strengthens Everyone. And it's that not only do we want to get together when we're doing service, but we want to get together just to be together, because this is an amazing group of people. That's how Rotarians are. So yes, we're going to go to the horse races. That's going to be really fun on the 24th. And then another one that is a RISE event is that we'll be helping the Out of the Darkness walk. I know we'll need some volunteers. It's right here on the plaza. Humboldt County has, unfortunately, one of the highest percentage of suicide rates in the nation. And so it's something that we need to talk about, that we need to make sure that...
Here's the flyers, I forgot.
Boom! Thank you, Matt. So if you're interested, we obviously have a team. I also went to North Bay Rotaract. They want to join our team, and so you all got an email about that. I'll add the new folks who have, Brandon, you'll receive that soon. Where's Brandon? You'll receive that soon, and so join our team. And any donation helps, but also just the making sure that we show that this is something that we talk about. Mental health issues and suicide affects so many people, so many families. It affects really everyone, whether you feel directly affected by it or not, it does. And the more that we talk about it, the more that we take it out into the open and say, yep, mental health issues affect our lives and we need to reach out to each other, we need to talk about it. That's really important. And so being part of a big community event that says, yeah, this is something on our radar, we're supporting, we want to create, support the American Suicide Prevention, Association of Suicide Prevention in education and support for families that are affected and survivors and prevention. Yeah, that's the most important part. So join us. It's the Sunday the 9th. Am I correct?
Yes.
Sunday the 9th of September. Join our team, get out there, be a volunteer, walk with us, and other RISE events to come.
Thank you, Romy. And that's another thing that's awesome. If you remember, she was Rotarian of the Week last week, and it's because of that, because RISE is what she does. I mean, she basically lives that.
One of the many things she does.
One of the many things she does. And she makes everything a RISE event. If you know Romy, everything's a RISE event. So,
Grocery stores are right.
yes, the grocery store. Wait, we're going to go grocery shopping? Yay! Everybody, what time are we doing that tonight? Like, we can probably get at least 10 Rotarians.
You know, I think one thing we might find people together at tomorrow, the Crabs decided to do a fireworks show for my birthday. And so I'll be at the fireworks and come and join us. You'll be there? See? We got to look at that. Tomorrow, Crab Rap Band, they're going to come and play for my birthday and put on a little fireworks show. Maybe the Crabbies will win. So, yay, that could be a RISE event too.
Perfect. RISE event. Done.
One more announcement real quick. If anyone's going to the Blue Lake Buddy Brown Festival on Saturday, this Saturday, it's a blues festival for the Blues Association out there. I'll be selling blueberries out there for Noble Berry Farms, and it's just for fun. And hope to see some of you guys out there.
Wait, you'll be selling blueberries or blueberries?
Blueberries for the
Bluesberries.
Buddy Brown Blues Festival.
Alliteration, it's good for you. All right, unless anyone else has anything.
Oh.